imagine a being, right, who isn't even technically a ruler, just floating high above the surface of an entire large world.
Right, and he didn't, like, campaign for a throne or anything.
Exactly. He didn't ask for a crown, but the planet itself, out of just sheer, unadulterated terror, violently burns a glowing red tattoo directly into his chest.
It literally brands him.
Yes. And the instant that Mark sears his flesh, every single demon lord in existence, these ancient cosmic terrors, they're all physically forced to drop to their knees simultaneously.
And the reason that specific moment is so chilling to me is that this brand isn't political, it's biological.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cosmic. It is a hard-coded command from the planet's own operating system, forcibly overriding the free will of the universe's apex predators.
So if you've been tracking this lore with us, you know we aren't dealing with your standard run-of-the-mill, hero defeats the Dark Lord fantasy trope here.
Not at all.
Today, our mission in this deep dive is to unpack a meticulous, surgical, and honestly terrifying planetary takeover. We are looking at the total subjugation of the demon world.
It's a huge shift.
Massive. We're going to explore the psychology of the arrival at the demon capital, the calculated dismantling of 13 specific rules, the actual mechanics of confronting a literal planetary core, and the crowning of a new, dangerously powerful leader.
And we really have to start right at the standoff in the demon capital, because the atmosphere there is something that the demons, they've never experienced it before.
Sheer panic.
Yeah, it is a complete inversion of their reality. You have Agares, the tactician, right, the second-ranked ruler.
Right.
He is the intellectual heavyweight of the demon world, and he is desperately trying to prevent a bloodbath. He's like running diplomatic algorithms in his head.
Sweating bullets.
Totally, trying to calculate a path to survival because his own abilities are showing him that total annihilation is literally at their doorstep.
But then, right in the middle of Agares having this cosmic crisis, you have Barbados.
Oh man, Barbados.
The necromancer of chaos. She casually strolls up, greets Agares as big brother, and then essentially says, I'm gonna go collect my pets, and just leaves.
Leaves the area entirely.
Yeah, mid-crisis, she is completely unbothered by the impending doom.
Well, she's the ultimate example of asymmetrical information in this scenario. I mean, Barbados already knows what's coming because she helped set the stage for it.
That's a good point.
Her nonchalance is almost weaponized here. It highlights the terror of someone who already knows that resistance is mathematically impossible.
And Agares is just left holding the bag as the sky tears open.
Yep.
And when Noah arrives, he doesn't bring diplomats. There is absolutely no parley.
No, he arrives and just immediately reads out a hit list.
Belial, Asmodeus, Dantalion, and 10 others. 13 specific rulers who will die today. He actually tells the rest of the demon world, if you don't shield them, you'll be safe, but if you choose the other option, I can still carry out senseless killings. This is brilliant tactical isolation. I mean, he breaks their collective defense before a single spell is even cast.
It doesn't actually break their collective defense, or does it just give them an excuse to act on their baseline selfishness?
Interesting.
Because these are demons, right? They don't have unity, they have a hierarchy based on fear and power. It feels to me like Noah is just offering a superior alternative to their current laws.
That is a vital distinction, yeah. He's manipulating their core nature. But, of course, you can't just issue demands to a large world without someone calling your bluff.
Right, they aren't used to taking orders.
Exactly. So Marbas steps up. He is the 5th-ranked ruler, and more importantly, he holds an ultimate skill.
The sin of pride.
Yes.
Let's really dig into what happens here, because this isn't just a light show. Marbas refuses to kneel. He expands to this colossal giant size and encases himself in impenetrable bone armor to challenge Noah directly.
And for you listening, remember that an ultimate skill isn't just a powerful magic spell. It is source code level authority over a concept. Marbas is literally wrapping himself in the physical manifestation. An armor that is conceptually dictated to be unbroken.
Precisely. You cannot pierce the sin of pride with a regular attack, no matter how much mana you pump.
Yeah.
Because the armor dictates the cosmic law of the earth.
It dictates that it is superior. So, how does Noah dismantle an unbreakable law?
Well, he doesn't try to break the armor. He uses space destruction. If you have impenetrable armor, a laser beam won't work. But space destruction doesn't attack the armor. It attacks the X, Y, and Z coordinates that the armor occupies.
That's so wild to think about.
If the three-dimensional space your impenetrable armor exists in suddenly shatters like glass, the armor goes with it. for it.
Historically, demons use these monoliths as localized wormholes. They bypass the vacuum of space to forcefully inject their armies into weaker worlds.
It is the engine of their planetary conquests.
Exactly. But Noah reverses the traffic. He captures their routers, so to speak, and creates reverse dungeon breaks.
He brings in forces from his homeworld and the beast world. You've got Kazuhiko, Steel Mikhail, the Imperial Phoenix, the White Tiger, the Blue Tortoise.
He's dropping the victims of the demon world's imperialism right onto the steps of their capital.
It is a profound shift in momentum, and it leads to a very specific, very calculated confrontation with Belial.
Oh, Belial.
Yeah, Belial is the 68th ranked ruler, and he is the one responsible for sending the original invasion that caused the apocalypse on Earth.
He's the architect of Noah's entire nightmare.
But what struck me here is the total lack of an epic showdown.
Right.
There's no grand battle. Belial is just dragged out of hiding using hydrokinesis. Noah essentially pulls him out by the scruff of his neck.
Wet and thrashing.
Exactly. He looks pathetic compared to the apocalyptic devastation he once caused. And Noah just hands him over to Steel Mikhail for a personal execution.
It really strips Belial of any mythological weight. I mean, he dies not as a conqueror, but as a pest.
I do have to ask, though, does handing Belial over to Mikhail for this very personal, arguably vengeful execution cross the line?
How do you mean?
Is Noah utilizing the exact same cruelty that the demons are known for? Are they becoming the monsters they're fighting?
Well, it's a valid ethical dilemma, for sure. But tactically, it is about mirroring. It is poetic, systemic justice.
Poetic justice.
The demons systematically invaded smaller worlds using fear, division, and overwhelming force. Now, Noah is utilizing fear, division, and overwhelming force to conquer them.
Just look at the macro reaction of the demon world. Asmodeus is left to face the three mythical beasts entirely alone.
Yeah, the rest of the demon world literally splits into two camps.
The majority choose survival. They abandon the name 13. They just step aside and let their own leaders die.
It's like watching a corrupt corporation liquidate its toxic assets to avoid a federal shutdown.
That is a great way to put it. They're abandoning their own to save their own skins. That is the ultimate humiliation for a large world.
And one by one, all 13 fall.
But this is where the deep dive gets genuinely unsettling, because killing the rulers wasn't enough to secure the planet.
No, not even close.
To truly subjugate a large world, you have to break its foundation. Noah goes after the planetary core itself.
Which is wild, because a large world isn't just a massive rock floating in space. It has a sentient core. It has an active, intelligent defense grid.
And Noah drills straight down through the crust, through the mantle, breaking directly into the outer core.
He uses the radiation swords, right?
Wrapped in phantasmal rank eternal flames, effectively turning himself into a cosmic drill bit.
Unbelievable.
And the visual we get of the inner core is breathtaking. It's this resplendent mass of colors with exactly 72 tendrils of light reaching out to the planet.
But when Noah arrives, several of those tendrils are already dim or broken.
Specifically because of the rulers he has just executed on the surface.
Because those tendrils are the physical manifestation of true death and unity. We talked about how demon lords seem immortal. This is how it actually works.
Right, I actually look at it like a planetary cloud backup system. The core is the central server, and these 72 rulers have dedicated high-speed fiber optic connections. If their physical hardware, their body on the surface is destroyed, the server just downloads their consciousness and power into a new body.
Exactly why they fight with such arrogance. They have infinite extra lives as long as the server is running.
The planet's bandwidth can only support 72 of these connections, and Noah is standing right in the server.
And he doesn't attempt to negotiate with this sentient core.
No.
He activates devouring directly on it using blood. He wraps the literal heart of a large world in this expansive film of devouring light.
And the core screams. The planet literally screams at him in genuine terror.
The irony here is so dark. The core is terrified because something it designed itself, the gluttony skill, is being used against it.
But there's a fascinating underlying mechanism, a bluff that Noah is pulling off. Because Noah can't actually eat a planet, can he?
He absolutely cannot. I mean, the mana requirement for the devouring skill scales based on the size and density of the target.
Great.
Noah has the combined mana reserve of two middle worlds, his homeworld and the beast world. That is an absurd, historic amount of mana for one being possessed. But a large world is an entirely different
limit quickly stopped.
Yeah, if he actually tried to process the demon core, his mana circuits would overload and he would just die.
It's like trying to swallow a watermelon whole when your throat is the size of a grape.
Exactly. But the demon core doesn't know its mana limits. It only sees its own ultimate weapon, the source code of gluttony, wrapping around its existence.
Noah is projecting the ultimate, terrifying form of the skill, making the core believe its complete erasure is imminent. It is the greatest poker face in the cosmos.
He creates a situation of perceived absolute doom. And then right at the peak of the core's terror, he backs off just enough.
He offers an alternative.
It's either complete destruction or a forced world connection.
He executes a hostile corporate merger on a planetary scale. He forces the demon core to become a subsidiary.
He links its massive essence reserves to his homeworld in the beast world, routing its dividends, its mana straight into his own network.
And the core has no choice. Faced with perceived annihilation, it opens its deepest self and accepts the channel of human life.
Noah acts as the anchor, bridging these three worlds together. This is a fundamental structural shift in the cosmic balance of power.
He hasn't just defeated the demons, he has hijacked their planet's lifeblood to feed his allies.
Which brings us to the immediate aftermath. Noah is now an absolute battery of cosmic energy, fed by three worlds.
He wants the grand prize. He wants that true death immunity for himself. He wants one of those fiber optic cables plugged into his own back.
But the demon core reveals a rigid universal law. It cannot grant it.
And this isn't the core being stubborn.
No, it's a physics limitation. The architecture of a large world is hard-coded to support exactly 72 native slots.
Noah is an anomaly, or an entity.
The server literally cannot process a 73rd connection, nor can it assign a native slot to an alien architecture.
I find that fascinating. He just forced the planet into a hostile merger, completely breaking the supposed rules of how worlds operate. But this one specific law of planetary bandwidth remains unknown.
The core is incredibly pragmatic. It realizes that if Noah dies, the connection to the other worlds collapses violently.
And terrible things happen to people.
Right. So while it can't give him immortality, it offers him something else to ensure he can control its unruly population.
It gives him admin privileges over the remaining 72 worlds.
It offers him command authority.
And this brings us back to that striking image from the very beginning of our deep dive. A menacing, gorgeous red tattoo burns directly into Noah's chest.
Its brand of ownership.
And instantly, every single demon on the planet receives a mental compulsion. They are physically forced to kneel.
The Gares, the remaining phantasmal rulers, the foot soldiers, everyone. It's an overwhelming command from the world itself.
Their own planet is forcing them into submission, except, of course, for Barbados, who is having absolutely none of it.
Oh, I love this moment of levity amidst the terrifying cosmic coronation.
Barbados is just furious. She sends him a mental message like, dude, what the hell did you do? I don't like getting a constantly repeating mental message telling me to kneel.
And Noah specifically has to go into his new admin settings and turn the command off for her.
It perfectly encapsulates their bizarre dynamic, but it also demonstrates the granular control he now possesses. He isn't just a king, he is the system administrator of their world.
He really is. And we even see him setting up time-space hot springs, forcing the Emperor Penguin to give Barbados massages.
Right, seeding dungeons across 3 worlds with phantasmal rank bosses.
But stepping back and looking at the mechanics of this, I have a major question. If the law of true death immunity is truly fixed, and Noah doesn't have it, doesn't that make him the single point of failure for 3 entire worlds?
That is precisely it. Noah has engineered a massive power grab, but it comes with an equally massive, almost incomprehensible risk. He is the load-bearing pillar for this newly formed tri-world alliance. If his heart stops in battle, the lifelines of billions of creatures across 3 worlds
Demon Core itself calls them crazy bastards for betting the lives of billions on the shoulders of one mortal being.
He is balancing a skyscraper on a single pillar. And that brings us to the broader implications of what we discussed today. Because there are 2 other cold cutaways in this section that we need to touch on.
Oh, the new threads.
Yeah, over in the Magus world, we see scientists experimenting on unconscious transcendent rank test subjects.
They're clearly plotting something against the world of cultivations.
Which raises huge questions for Noah's future plans there. But the other scene is even more obvious. A celestial disciple gets his first mission from a grandmaster.
Hunting a cursed item in a deadly realm. For order and balance.
Exactly. Think about the magnitude of the shift we just covered. An entire large world, a world that was previously the apex terror of the cosmos, now kneels to a man who isn't even technically a ruler.
He forced a planet to brand him with absolute authority through sheer intimidation and a bluff involving cosmic gluttony.
He has transformed from a planetary defender into a cosmic conqueror, tethering the lifeblood of three worlds to his own heartbeat.
And that transformation paints a massive target on his back.
Right.
The power dynamic of the universe is shifting toward him, which means the eyes of the universe will soon shift toward him as well. I want to leave you with a chilling thought to mull over, building on the broader lore we know.
Let's hear it.
Remember the Celestials.
The mysterious faction obsessed with maintaining order and balance.
Exactly. We already know from the Second Master Inuit that the Celestials wiped out the entire lost world of Atlantis.
Yeah, that was brutal.
And they didn't do it because Atlantis was evil. They erased a world simply for possessing a cloaking technology that disrupted the natural order of the cosmos.
It was a tech violation, and the punishment was planetary deletion.
They act as the universe's antivirus software.
Oh, wow.
Now look at Noah. He is openly breaking universal laws. He is forcefully connecting planetary cores, overriding the free will of an entire species, and amassing the combined mana of three worlds.
He wears the absolute submission of the demon race on his chest.
To a faction obsessed with cosmic order, Noah is the definition of a catastrophic virus.
That is terrifying. If the Celestials deleted an entire civilization just for having a cloaking device, what are they going to do to the guy who is actively hacking the universe's source code and running a hostile monopoly on planetary cores? How long until the universe's antivirus decides it's time to quarantine Noah? Something tells me the scale of his problems is about to get a whole lot bigger.
I agree completely.
Let us know